Hi 8th graders. Today you're going to watch this short video to talk to you about how to log in and how to take the test for the online technology assessment that you'll be taking soon. Is going to be your 3-digit campus code, which your teacher will tell you, then followed by your last name and your first initial, and then the last 3 digits of your 6-digit ID. So you're going to have to think in your head, okay, my number is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so the last 3 digits are 4, 5, 6. Your password is going to be your entire 6-digit ID. So if I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then that's what I will use as my password. You need to make sure that you're clicking on continue instead of new user. So click on continue. Then you'll get to the license agreement. Take a look at those terms of use. After you had a chance to take a look at them, click on agree. And then you're going to have the opportunity to look at the training guide and the testing guide. Now, we're going to look at those together right now, but when you log in for the first time, you'll have to click on them to take a look at them. You could close them as soon as you've clicked on them, since we're going to go through them together. So, first, the training guide. How to Master Training User Guide. It tells you click next to continue. If you look around on the screen, you'll find next. Then it tells you learning with how to master is simple and straightforward, but we thought you might benefit from some helpful tips how to get the most from the training. We're going to hit next. First, to move around, you can go next or back. That's how to get back and forth between the buttons. We're going to click on next. Next thing you notice that it's telling you is your progress bar right up here in the corner. You can see how far you've gone. This is page 4 out of 11. It also shows that in this upper corner here, page 4 out of 11. Click next to continue. This page is talking to you about the green text below. That's your action text. It tells you what to do next. So here for this, we need to click next to continue. Something else you may see is click below the scroll box. So you look, you click right below the scroll box as it's telling you to do. That green text is just giving you information on what to do next. So we're going to click next to continue. On the test you're taking, you may or may not see a light bulb icon with the word tip in it. If you do, you can click on it and it'll give you a little more information, but if you don't see one, don't worry about it. Anytime you need to leave the lesson, you're going to click on the exit icon. Then it'll ask you if you really want to leave. Click yes or okay. If not, you click no or cancel, and it'll return you back to the lesson where you were. You can look this over again the first time that you log in, or any time after that you can open the training user guide. Notice that now there's a check mark in the training guide. We're going to take a look at the testing guide now. If I click on testing guide, it'll pop up with some information. This is the How to Master Testing User Guide. There's my green text, tells me to click next to continue. This information is definitely going to apply to the test that you're taking. So this is the testing user guide. You can take a look at it again when you start your test if you need to. We're going to take a look at the different types of questions that you may see. You may see a multiple choice, true, false, matching, order of process, or hotspot question. After every question that you have finished, you'll click Submit. It will tell you right away whether you've gotten it correctly or not. As you're taking your test, if you place your mouse over the navigation bar, you can see how many questions you've looked at, what question number you're on, how many you've answered, etc. In the upper right corner of the screen, you've got some other information, such as what objective it was, what it was about, how much time you have remaining. It's not a time test though, so you may just see how much time you've taken so far. There are two different types of multiple choice questions here. The first type is where there's only one correct answer. You just click on the answer and then you hit Submit, and it will tell you whether or not it was correct or incorrect. It may say that was incorrect. The correct answer is shown in green italic text. So here's what that would. The second type of multiple choice question has more than one correct answer. It'll tell you to check all that apply. So in this instance, it's saying that, something about you can manually enter which of the following items into a data sheet for a column, check all that apply. So here, B, C, and D are all three correct answers. So you wanted to check mark all of them, and then you hit Submit, and it tells you true, false questions, pretty self-explanatory. You either click true, you click false, then you click Submit. It'll tell you whether you got it right or wrong. The next type is a matching question. This type of question requires you to match a list of items on the left with a list of items on the right. So, for example, if I want to draw a line between apply formatting to a text box with identifies which parts of the table, blah, 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 then I click the first and then click the second, and it will draw that line. After you hit Submit, it'll tell you which ones the correct matches are. If you have questions on this, you can just ask once you get to that question on the test. The next one is an order of process question. There are going to be a group of steps, and then it's asking you to place them in the correct order. You just click and drag from the left and put them in order on the right. You can rearrange them as much as you need to, and then once you're finished, if you hit Submit, it'll tell you whether you were correct or incorrect, and then it will tell you what the correct order was. So here they got the first two correct, but then they had the third and the fourth flip-flopped. The other kind of question that you may see is a hotspot or click question. This is where it will ask you to identify an area of the screen. So for example, here it says, where on the file menu do you click to begin adjusting the margins? So if I take a look at all that that has to say, here's my file menu, and then I can click page setup and submit. So you find the spot, put your little X on it, click on submit, and then it will tell you good job. Now I'm going to click on next, and then if you'd like to exit the test, you can by clicking on the exit button. It'll ask you if you're sure you want to quit. You click OK. If you do, you click cancel if you don't. And then after you finished all of the questions on the test, you'll get your student report card page. It'll tell you, how long it took you to take the test, what score you got, and then the results for each of the objectives. Now we can click on finished. Remember, it's going to be your campus code, your last name, your first initial, the last 3 digits of your 6-digit ID number, and then your password is your ID number. It'll take you back to your main screen. It says how to master up here. It'll say welcome. you're going to click on My Courses. Under My Courses, you should only have one choice. It says Library Simple Assessment. When you click on that, you'll have two choices. The test for Windows, the test for Mac operating system. We use Windows computers, so you're going to choose Windows. Then you have two choices again. The first one says Pre-Assessment. The second one says Post-Assessment. This is the first test, so this is the pre-assessment. Click on that, and it'll bring up your window to get started.